Hey gang, what's going on? It's Jay. We're out at the range and we're doing a talk on surplus loadouts for the Modern Minuteman or the American Partisan, however you want to say it. There's so much talk out there about all the high-end Gucci gear, and I really think a lot of folks get lost in the weeds when it comes to what is truly, genuinely necessary as far as a loadout goes. Obviously, you can spend tons of money on the high-end stuff, but you can also use your military surplus stuff, and it's going to work. It's going to work pretty darn good when you think about it. Think about the generations of guys and gals who Americans and our European allies, our enemies. Think about all the gear they used through the years that a lot of people scoff at today. Like, how in the world did they use that? Things like, everyone jokes about, the classic AK-74, AK-47. I mean, heaven forbid we have iron sights. You mean you don't have a red dot on there, or you don't have a LPVO? Not always necessary, guys. Kind of, going back to my previous video, kind of run what you brung. This is a reality of it, right? So let's talk about some of those things and see where we can go with it, and see what you guys think. So obviously, AK-74, some sort of firearm that it doesn't have to be your highest end, decked out, accessorized to the nth degree AR-15. I mean, this is the design that's been around since the late 1940s, right? And is produced by dozens and dozens of countries around the world. The AK platform is a extremely viable platform, guys. So you used to be able to buy them by the crate load back in the day. A little bit harder to come by now. Price-wise, they're getting up there, unfortunately. But there's a lot of great ones to be had out there. So, viable firearm. Next, what else have I got? So, obviously here I'm wearing a Type 56 Chi-Com chest rig. Alright, so you don't have to have a Spiritus Micro, chest rig. You don't have to have Haley or all these big names. Dig into the surplus market for 30 bucks. For 30 bucks, you can get yourself pretty much any version of a Chi-Com chest rig. Type 56, Type 63, those are probably the two most common ones. But, you have 3 cells across the front for rifle mags. So they fit the AK mags perfectly, obviously. They will also fit AR mags and most other similar platforms there as well. So you can carry 3 mags up front and good to go there. They have side pockets on them, which obviously here they made them for grenades, cleaning kits. We have some smoke that we keep in those there, and then when we move to the other side, we have our comms. So, just a simple Baofeng radio. But when you think about it, on just that specific setup there, that's you kind of have the start of a fighting kit there, right? Now, if you see what I have slung over my shoulder, and this is what would have happened a lot back in the day if they were, especially during the Vietnam era, think MACV-SOG, think Navy SEALs, Green Berets, where, they were dressing like the enemy, using a lot of the same gear as the enemy for blending in. Because when you think about it from a distance, you're being observed from a distance. From a quick glance, a guy wearing black pajamas, wearing a Chi-Com chest rig, carrying an AK, chances are, from a quick glance, looks like one of them, right? So pass along on you, when in reality, it's really you. So they make all different kinds. This is once again a Chi-Com ammo bag. Holds 3 rifle magazines. So I know a lot of guys are like, oh, you can only carry three mags in your chest rig. No, you have the backups of things. So you got 3 more AK mags, and then in the side pockets you have room for extra ammo. You can do another 30, 60 rounds of ammo between those 2 pouches, and you're good to go with that. But it's just a sling bag for throwing over your shoulder. So now you have 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 1 in the weapon. Now you have 7. So now you at that traditional full combat loadout for that. So you have that bag, any number of bags. You can use a GI, old school butt pack and put a strap on it and sling it over your shoulder. You're good to go. Now what have I got in my back? I have good old medium Alice pack, right? These guys, you can get an Alice pack. It's about 35 liters in volume. More than enough for a 2 or 3 day load. This is all your sustenance, right? This is your built-in support network. You have big outside pockets. Here I happen to have 2 liters of water on me. I have rain gear or poncho in there, shelter, so I'm all good to go with that. I have rope for miscellaneous things. On the inside I have a bivvy and GI patrol bag and a whoopee. I have food and I have spare ammo once again in there. So when it comes to, you know, a pack setup for 50 bucks to get a frameless medium GI Alice pack, guys, Alice still bangs. I don't care how old she is. She's still sexy as fuck and does the job, so she'll put out for you, believe me. Gloves, obviously, boonies. This specific boonie hat, I actually trimmed the brim on it just to knock it down a little bit. It helps me with a little bit of extra visibility, but yet it still breaks up the overall silhouette. I hit it with some spray paint, just like back in the day, the MACV-SOG guys would do. They would take, you know, their OD jungle uniforms and spray paint them up. There's pictures of them where they're spray paint standing there in their forward operating base, spray painting each other's gear while they're wearing it. So it's a good way to go. So here, this is just a traditional BDU top. It's a modern day BDU top, but you have your old school BDU tops too for your camouflage. And you can see, I don't know how well you can see it, but I took some black spray paint and some mesh over it and painted it up really good, right? So that works out. Combat boots, I mean, boots are totally your thing. You can do, you know, modern day Belleville combat boots, or you can go to your good old jungle boots. Nothing wrong with them. In fact, the jungle boots are still highly sought after for guys for the protection that they afford you and their comfort and supports and their overall durability. I know a lot of the guys are into the newer, like the Solomon boots. You see everyone's wearing Solomon boots. If you're a cool dude, you got Solomon boots on. But it seems like you're having to buy a new pair every 6 months or so. So longevity-wise, especially in a shit hit the fan scenario, maybe Solomon boots aren't going to be available to you, but maybe you can have a couple pairs of, you know, jungle boots squared away that you can rotate them in and out and get several years out of them maybe. That's really it on your basic kits. Now something else I will add, I like carrying a sidearm, so obviously I have a battle belt on as well with my kits. Now how well you can see it there, and that way I have medical on me as well. So, and then here, you know, I'm taking it a step further. So I have my sidearm, I have a knife, I have first aid, I have a tourniquet, and then I have reloads here for the AK. So I have, you know, AK-74 mag in there, and then a spare pistol mag as well. So, you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money, guys. You can use surplus gear, especially when it comes to packs, chest rigs, spare ammo carrying ability, camouflage, BDU tops, hats, that whole, you know, run through the gamut on that, even down to your firearms. You don't have to go out and spend, you know, $1,500, $2,000 on a new firearm. Use what you got. Get proficient with it. Get out and train. Get out and shoot at various distances and get movement, run around, shake all that gear out, get it dialed in for you. So really, when it comes down to it, you know, we're at like 50 bucks for a BDU top, 30 bucks for a chest rig, 30 bucks for the spare magazine satchel. I think I have 50 bucks wrapped up in the Alice pack, maybe 20 in the boonie hat. It doesn't take a lot, guys. It really doesn't. So if you're looking at getting into the Minuteman lifestyle, the Minuteman philosophy, and you're trying to get better prepared and up your training a bit, I would highly recommend going the surplus route, especially if funds are a thing, you know, or lack of funds right now. I mean, inflation's a bitch, right? So if you just have a little bit of money to spend, you can still get yourself a full Minuteman loadout and feel good about it. So anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Take care. Keep getting out and training. There's really no excuses anymore. You got to get out there and do something. Get yourself more physically fit. Get yourself more proficient with your gear, with your firearms. Start getting out into your area and doing area surveys. You know, patrols aren't just about looking cool and walking in the woods. Patrols are, you're gathering information on your surrounding area, whether it's city, rural farmlands, woods, everything in between. It doesn't matter. You're gathering intel, and that's going to help you be better prepared in the long run. So that's what I got, guys. Be good. Thanks for watching, and we'll touch base soon. Thanks a bunch. Bye.